The holidays can bring some really challenging moments. It doesn't matter if you have a hallmark life or if you're someone who struggles with mental health issues like depression or maybe grief. There are some really challenging times at the Christmas season. So this week I'm really excited that my friend Katie Dale of bipolarbrave.com has joined me, and we're going to be discussing 5 tips on how to overcome those Christmas blues. Hey there, my name is Laura, founder of Hope Made Strong, and today we have Katie Dale join with me to share with you 5 tips on how to overcome feeling low and sad over the holidays. Katie, you are a blogger, you are an author, you are a mental health specialist, and you have lived experience with bipolar type 1 disorders. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Laura. It's great to be here with you.
Yeah, it's so good. And so we are going to be offering people 5 tips for how to kind of get through the holidays if they're experiencing challenges and struggles. But it's hard because we usually think of the holidays that they're fun and light and joyful, but that just isn't the case, is it?
No, I mean, there's plenty of sadness throughout the holidays for people who have lost loved ones or don't have loved ones in their lives right now, or there's a lot of challenges, even if you do have loved ones
Absolutely.
with you. Mhm.
Absolutely. And so if you're watching this and you are looking at the holidays coming up next week, the Christmas time, and you're feeling overwhelmed, I hope that you're able to take these tips and put them into practice so that you're able to cope, get through the holidays. And if you have someone in your family or maybe in your small group or in your congregation and community, I encourage you to make note of these or maybe share this video with them so that they're able to find hope and encouragement and kind of cope through the holidays, which can be a difficult time. So, Katie, why don't you start us off with tip number 1?
Tip number one, be honest with your feelings. Don't hide them, don't stuff them, and don't deny them. Be real with yourself and how you truly feel. Your feelings are indicators of things going on within you or between you and someone else. So, especially at these times, when we need to be close to family or we are expected to be close to family, it can be very important that we get real with ourselves and those around us, and are honest with how we're feeling.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So often we feel so much shame or guilt about feeling crummy on the holiday season. So we
Mhm.
push it down. We try to, s- you know, keep going when, if we don't feel our feelings, they're going to feel us. We're going to start experiencing them in
Mhm.
other areas of our life. So it's
Mhm.
so important to acknowledge our feelings and know that it's not wrong to feel bad or negative. Um, so tip number 2 is plan ahead and schedule out some of that self-care. I give this tip because I can think of, I had a pretty challenging couple weeks ago over the weekend. And I remember what really helped me through that time was I planned out some self-care. So going into a meeting, I was like, okay, here's kind of the code word with my spouse, like this, if I need a break, I'm going to give myself permission to step outside and have a break. Or I had a song on my phone that I knew kind of uplifted me and encouraged me, so I would go into the bathroom and listen to that if I needed to. So I planned ahead some self-care, and then even afterwards, having a bath, or I forget what I did, maybe I made myself hot chocolate, I can't really remember, but I planned out having self-care, and I gave myself permission to not have to push through the full weekend, but take some time throughout to be able to tend to my feelings at the time. So that was my tip number 2: plan ahead and schedule those self care moments. So, what's tip number 3, Katie?
Change your mind. Get out of your head, put your mind on something else, spend quality time with your loved ones, go for a walk, get active, give of your time and of yourself and your talents and energies. Just replace what you've been dwelling on, if it's negative and sad. Your mind on something else, something good, something positive. If we replace it, we're able to fixate on something else, and not be consumed with that thing that was bothering us before.
For sure. So good. That's so good. So tip number three is no, that was tip number three. Tip number four is mine. I like to focus on four different areas: sleep, eat, move, and connect. And it doesn't even have to be in that order. But if you're missing out or you're not or struggling with one of those are kind of the foundational principles to well-being. If we're struggling with sleep or we're not eating enough and our blood sugar is really low, or we haven't moved our body and it's hard to get off of the couch, or we haven't connected with anyone, those can really bring down our mood biologically, with our blood sugars. And if we're really tired, it just is it kind of just makes a negative space. So by focusing on those and building into those and having meeting those needs every day, we're able to kind of overcome in that moment. And what is the fifth and final tip, Katie?
Try something new, go somewhere new, experience a new thing, a new place or an event, or search for something new online, or meet someone new, or even create something new. I like that one. You could take an ordinary song or even a Christmas song around this time of year and replace the words and the lyrics with something that relates to you in your situation. Get creative. That expense or that puts those creative juices to work and gets you out of a funk.
I love it. I love it. I know I am not a creative person. I don't have a creative bone in my body, so that would really distract me if I tried to do like a paint by number or like even baking or something like that. That would shift my focus. Even if it's temporarily, that benefits your mindset, right? So I love that. So thank you so much, Katie, for joining me and sharing these 5 tips to overcome and cope and get through the holidays, even though there's challenges. And Katie, if people want to connect with you, look at your blog, where could they find you?
Bipolarbrave.com, or you can email me, Katie at bipolarbrave.com. And for my book, which is titled But Deliver Me from Crazy, a memoir, you can find that on Amazon.
I love it. So good, guys. Connect with Katie. She has uh such a rich perspective. So I really encourage you guys to check out her blog bipolarbrave.com and check out her book on Amazon. So thank you so much, Katie. I
Thanks,
love
Laura.
that we could do this together.
Me too. Thanks for letting me be here.
Take care, everyone, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.